Hello guys, it's a warm welcome back. This is Alpha Omega Daily. Do you know something? A lot of guys have asked me that, because I have a child, I'm the father of a Thai national, it must make it easier in terms of bureaucracy and visas and stuff like that to stay in Thailand. And in this video, I'll let you know exactly what difference it makes. Hi guys, so having a child in Thailand, or let's say your child is a Thai national, which is in my case that's exactly the scenario. I'm lucky enough to have a wonderful son. His name is Harry and he's 4 years old. I'm on, your visa. Your visa when you're married, you get a marriage visa. And it's an O visa. I don't know what that stands for. I presume it's an ordinary visa. I don't know. But that enables you to stay in Thailand, you see, and you have to renew that visa every year. When you have a child, there's no amendment, let's say, to your status. It doesn't really change anything. The only thing that I've noticed is that when your visa is processed, there's one less thing you have to do. Prior to having a child, to validate your visa application, 2 members of immigration would come out to your house to verify you live there with your wife, more or less. That doesn't happen anymore, because obviously the fact that you have a child probably verifies that by itself. I'm only assuming, but I'm just telling you that's what happened. My son has a Thai passport, and in order for him to get that passport, I as his parent had to sign his passport application and put my thumbprint on the application also. So I had to give my permission for him to have the passport, even though I'm not a Thai national. My name and my signature, well, obviously my signature and my thumbprint are on the application for a Thai national's passport, but I'm not a Thai national. And by virtue of the fact that I have a son, doesn't change that. So there's having a child in Thailand doesn't change your status in terms of your residency or whatever it may be. It doesn't change your status. Whatever you were before you had the child, whatever visa you were on, you will remain on that visa, and that's the way it is. There are other countries. I've been reliably informed. Now I've been informed, I don't know if this is the case. Brazil, for example, if you marry a Brazilian national and you have a child with a Brazilian national, you're automatically a Brazilian, not citizen maybe, but you automatically get residency. That doesn't happen here. You don't automatically get anything. And that's just the way it is. So I'm not going to say it's good or it's bad. It's just the way it is. Obviously, I would prefer if it was good, if it was the fact that I could get some kind of legal, let's say, recognition for the fact that I'm the father of a Thai national, by virtue of the fact that that would alter my status here in a positive way, but it doesn't. And my personal feelings on it are, well, basically I would be happier, a lot happier, if it did, because my son is Thai. And if I, let's say, part company with my spouse, my visa is cancelled. I think you've got 7 days to leave the country. I think you can apply for a dependency visa. In other words, you can prove that the Thai national is your dependent, and as long as you can, let's say, fend for them, in other words, financially, I think they will give you a visa based on that. I'm not sure about that, but I know there is some kind of visa you can get for that. But essentially, to have a child as a Thai national doesn't amend your situation at all. One of the things that I did notice, and you might as well get ready for this, that when you have a baby, that when my son was a baby, I remember being in the hospital and just coming out of the hospital and holding my son, members of my wife's family and friends and colleagues of my wife came up to me and took the baby from my arms. And I'd say that again, they took the baby from my arms. It wasn't as if, you know, may I hold your baby? They just come up and say, oh, hello. And they just politely, but still take the baby from your arms. And that's a cultural thing. And I'd object to it. You know, sometimes, you know, natural. What the hell are you doing? You just, if you want to hold them, ask, kind of thing. But my wife took exception to that because she said they were just being nice. But it's a cultural thing. It's something that took me a while to get used to be honest with you. You know, what can you do? You just got to go with the flow. Other aspects of having a child in Thailand, there's lots of other, you know, little things that are different. I remember we were living more or less with her family at the time when Harry was a baby, and it was almost as if he belonged to the family. I'm not saying that necessarily belonged to the family, but one day I left him in the buggy and I left him outside our room. It's an outdoor kitchen, let's say. We left him in the kitchen. The kitchen was outdoors, and it was a sliding gate onto the street. Literally, look, this is the kitchen. That was open. I'll do it there. That was open, and that was just a gate out. The gate was open, and that's the street there, for example. And I went in for to point Percy at the porcelain, and when I came out, the buggy was empty, and Harry wasn't in it, and I just looked up the street, and my brother-in-law was carrying him, and I ran after him. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "We're just going to 7-Eleven." But he didn't ask. He didn't ask. And when I called my wife and told her what had happened, because I thought it merited a call to my wife, she said he was just being nice. And I said, "But you didn't ask." She said, "But you weren't there." I said, "What the hell? The child was in the buggy. You don't just come up and take a child out of a buggy without, you assume he's in the house. Like, you don't just, anyway." I don't have to explain all that to you guys, but that's the deal. So there's little things that you'll notice that will get right up your nose in relation to having a kid in Thailand. And there's things that are quite slightly frustrating in terms of it doesn't change your status. But that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I'm the father of a Thai national. He has got a passport, and I don't. Well, I do, but I don't have a Thai passport. So there you go. And getting a Thai passport is something that's possible, but there's criteria that have to be met, and we can go through that another day, but it's quite difficult to get one. That's all I can tell you. It's not difficult to press the subscribe button, the like button, the share button, and to do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back. And it's not difficult for me to do this either. It's not difficult for me to bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.